All over northern Michigan, we have forgotten hidden gems. There's one in Manistee County that a local group is trying to bring back to life. Corey Adkins explains in this week's Northern Michigan in Focus.
We have a lot of senior citizens in our community who like to reminisce when they used to come out here as a child.
Down there is a piece of history in Manistee County that's about to make a comeback.
So this is the Wellston Arboretum Trail. It was a recreational site that was established here in Norman Township. It's an extension of the nursery tree operations that were taking place between the 30s and the 40s.
In those decades, the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC, had camps all over northern Michigan. But this one near Wellston was just a bit different.
And they had a tree experiment here to establish what trees, species would naturally grow and be self-sustainable in the forest when they plant them.
You can still see some of the plot signs they used back in the day to mark the species of tree. And many of those different trees still grow here. But back then,
the nursery operations ended in the late 40s, early 50s, when the Civilian Conservation Corps disbanded. The Forest Service has been managing it ever since.
Now, the Dublin Heights Sports Club is on a mission to bring this piece of land back to you.
Some of the tree growth that we have here is beautiful, but as you come in farther, you'll start to realize that there's a lot of historical relevance and artifacts that are still here.
Check out this old pump house.
Back there we have a water intake house that was used for tree nursery operations, and what they did was they dredged off Pine Creek and they utilized that to irrigate all the seedlings in the nursery.
And then you'll notice these pipes sticking up out of the ground.
We have several hundred yards and acres of tree lines that are still established out there where the irrigation runs along.
And look at this old foundation. It was used to store the nursery's equipment.
We have the former operations building that housed many of the utility vehicles, such as the tractors, trucks. Now, the foundation is the only thing still standing.
Nature will win every time against technology, whether it be new or old.
They were telegraph wires, and they did erect telegraph poles, but also they utilized the natural topography. They would put wooden dowels on the trees and use those as poles. However, 60 years later, the wood has fallen apart, the trees have grown, and they have since encompassed the wire.
And even though seeing all this history is cool, the Dublin Heights Sports Club knows the trees are the rock stars here. They've organized cleanups, reestablished the main trail, and are working on much more, but could use your help.
So this is a perfect opportunity for people to either just follow and support the project, or to come get involved firsthand and see from the ground up how we build a recreational site for the public and everybody to enjoy.
For Northern Michigan in Focus, I'm Corey Adkins.